Fraud. A person or a thing intended to deceive others, typically by unjustifiably claiming or being credited to accomplishments or qualities. Now, with this definition in mind, who comes to mind when you think of the word fraud? Paul Pierce? His ass got carried. Shinji Hirako? Bro got no wins. Yuta Okkotsu? He likes Wait, what? What? You just called Yuta a fraud. And? Nigga, how the f is he a fraud? He snuck in Jaku. Oh my god. What? You think I'm dumb? Yes, you're fucking retarded. I don't know what that nigga was saying before, but yeah, you saw the title, you know what we're talking about. So let's not waste any more time and let's just get right into it. Now, if you've been on TikTok for any amount of time within the last, 4 years, you've probably seen the word fraud pop up somewhere on your feed. The definition and the context may vary, but the base definition is basically someone who's a poser, or someone who claims to do something, but they actually don't do it. Now, the definition of the word being used is correct. However, the context of people using it is just flat out wrong sometimes. There will be times where they get it right, but there'll be other times where, you look at the screen and you're like, what the f is this nigga talking about, man? The use of the word is so wishy-washy, you can't actually tell what the word properly means anymore. A good example of a fraud is King from One Punch Man. He's claimed to be one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful hero in the world, but he's actually weak as shit. So by the definition at the beginning of the video, he's a fraud. Another example is Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball. He claims to be the strongest person on the earth and the person who defeated Cell. Whole time he ain't do jack shit. So again, he's a fraud. But then when you get into characters like Renji, it's can you even call him a fraud for that though? The first L to Ichigo, alright, yeah, that was just a bad look. Second L to Ichigo was trained by Kisuke, and then a few episodes down the line, threw hands with Kenpachi, so I think we can let that one slide. Byakuya, are we calling him a fraud for losing to his captain? Are we serious right now? Xyloth Aporo, that pink hair bitch from the Arankar arc. Him and Uryu were both getting whooped. So why are we calling Uryu a fraud? Then in 2IBW, he loses to James, or that wrestler Quincy, I forgot his name. But to be fair, that nigga was putting belt on some captains later on. So what's the problem? And you may be asking, why am I bringing up Renji? And the reason why is because this is what most people do when they call somebody a fraud. They don't know the context or ignore the context to make the person they're calling a fraud seem less favorable. And I think the community that does this the most is the JJK fandom and also the One Piece fandom. I'm not even joking. Every single week, you'll probably find a new character being slandered and being called a fraud. I'm dead serious, bro. Especially the JJK fandom, bro. They love that word. That word is their favorite word to use in every single argument, man. You can say your favorite character is Shoko, and there will always be that one guy who's gonna be like, oh, she's a fraud. Holy shit, shut the fuck up. Let me watch the goddamn show, man. And there's a few characters who constantly get slandered for being called a fraud. I'm gonna try to talk about 3 of them. And the first one I want to talk about that low-key gets me the most mad is Yuta. I understand the Yuta slander is supposed to be ironic, but there's a lot of people who unironically call Yuta a fraud. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the reasons low-key are so stupid, man. You'd swear they got sent to an insane asylum with how dumb these takes are, nigga. The one I said at the beginning of the video about him sneaking Kenjaku, I actually had someone comment that on one of my videos. And I looked at the comment and I was like,
this nigga is crazy.
Because respectfully, how dumb are you to not understand why he snuck Kenjaku? Because why the f would he have a long drawn out battle with Kenjaku when they literally have to go fight Sukuna right afterwards? And actually, fuck that. Even if they weren't fighting Sukuna, why would he waste time having to fight this guy one-on-one fair when he can just sneak him and call it a day? Are we seriously calling niggas frauds for playing smart? If that's the case, why aren't we calling Aizen a fraud? Because he had to come up with a whole contingency plan to go fight Yamamoto. So why isn't he a fraud? And actually, why are we calling Yuha a fraud for not actually fighting Yamamoto and having a double in to go fight Yamamoto for him? Why isn't he a fraud? Because Yuta basically did the same thing those two niggas did. So why is he the only one getting slandered for it? I truly don't understand this, man. I am perplexed. And there's people who actually think that Rika is the reason why Yuta has so much cursed energy. No, nigga. Rika is the reason why he has so much cursed cursed energy. That's his cursed energy, not Rika's. Rika's only function is to store his copied abilities and store his cursed energy. Like, what crack are these niggas smoking to actually believe that's true? Like, my guy, it's a joke. They're not actually slandering him for real. It's a joke. Another character I feel gets the unnecessary fraud allegations thrown their way is Sukuna. But I'm not gonna lie, the argument for Sukuna makes so much more sense than Yuta. But then again, calling Sukuna more of a fraud than Yuta is like calling a hyena a better cat than a wolf. Like, are you right? Technically, but like, you're still incorrect. Like, you're still not right. And I want to address the elephant in the room first. Sukuna did not jump Gojo. If you still believe that Sukuna jumped Gojo in 2026, you are coping. Alright, you are just coping, I'm sorry. Getting mad that Sukuna used Maharaga and Agito in his fight with Gojo is like getting mad at Gojo for using Limitless in a fight. Like, you're getting mad at him for using a technique that's at his disposal. Like, what do you want him to do? Not use it? And even at that point, Gojo literally says after the fight is over that he still didn't think he'd be able to beat Sukuna because Sukuna was still holding back. It is explicitly stated in the manga. Like, Gojo literally says it himself when he's talking to Geto at the Afterlife airport. However, why people choose to skip over that fact, I don't know. Or actually, I do know. It's just Gojo fans coping, bro. That's just how it is. And if you want to say Sukuna jumped Gojo, why can't you say Gojo jumped Sukuna at the beginning of the fight? Because technically, he used Urahime, Principal Gaku Ganji, and Ichichi, nigga. Like, is that not classified as jumping? It's 3 niggas, bro, helping this nigga amp up his attack. Is that not jumping? Oh my god. And I'm not calling Gojo a fraud by any means. I'm just saying, yo, if we're calling a spade, why aren't we counting that? Huh? Like, come on, man. Like, play advocate on both sides if you're gonna do that. But I think I'm done with Sukuna, so we're just gonna move on. Now, the last nigga I want to talk about is probably the first character that comes to mind when you think of the word fraud, and gets slandered for it probably the most in anime. I don't even have to say his name. Y'all already know who it is. It's the potential man himself. Now, for Megumi, the reasons why this nigga gets slandered, I feel like just comes down to a lack of context being provided. And I'm not gonna lie, I am only gonna talk about the Maharaga thing. 1, because this video is already 7 minutes long. 2, this is the main point on why people slander him and call him a fraud in the first place. First up, contrary to popular belief, Megumi does not use Maharaga as a first option, nigga. That is just completely false. He only uses Maharaga when he is literally about to die or is actively dying. That is literally the whole point on why he even uses Maharaga in the first place. It's literally the equivalent of using a nuclear bomb in a game of rock, paper, scissors. Alright, that's the only reason why he even thinks of using Maharaga. And for those niggas who are about to say, oh no, that's just not true. Okay, let's go over every single time this nigga tried to use Maharaga in a fight, which is about, I think, like 5. First time, literal Jujutsu Satan himself spawns back in the lobby and is saying, where are the women? Where are the children? I think any good Samaritan would probably do the same thing in that situation. Again, nigga is about to die. Second time, Jujutsu Satan is actively trying to kill him, and he is stronger. So again, nigga is literally about to die. Third time, this nigga is literally on the verge of death after getting stabbed in the stomach by Toji, overusing his domain expansion against Dagon, and then getting slashed in the back by Haruta. Nigga is literally on 1 HP. He's literally about to die. Are you starting to notice a trend here? And then the fourth time, Jujutsu Satan, who, keep in mind, just boomed over 2,000 people in Shibuya, came back again. So, what do you want him to do in that situation? Keep in mind, he is like 5 times stronger than when he fought him the first time. And I know some of you guys are asking, oh, what about that time with Toto? That literally never happened. That just didn't happen. He didn't even use the Maharaga sign at all in the entire fight. I don't know what these niggas are talking about, man. And if you did see the Maharaga sign, that's not the Maharaga sign, first of all. He is using totality, which he uses later on in that same arc that is managing to successfully damage a disaster curse in Hanami. Why the actual would he use Maharaga, which would kill everybody in the school, including himself, when he can use totality, which he can't control, to fight Toto? Well, that just doesn't make any sense. In order for that to work, you would have to think that Megumi would literally be okay with throwing everybody's lives away. in order to just get this one done. For the love of God, God gave you a brain. Please use it. Please use it, man. I'm begging you, please. Now, I would like to keep on going and criticizing these dumbass niggas that keep on making these stupid agendas, but this video is getting a little bit too long, so we gotta end it here. Now, to be brief, don't call niggas frauds unless they actually for real frauds, okay? And you actually have receipts to back it up, okay? Because nothing is more annoying than seeing a character that you like facing the fraud allegations, and then you're in some random fucking comment section playing Ace Attorney on the highest difficulty trying to defend that character. It's just annoying as fuck. So please, please don't do it, okay? But besides that, I do have to address on why I was gone for a while. And you see, I may have forgotten the password to this account again, so you know, that's what happened. No, but in all seriousness, I contracted a stomach bug and I was literally in my bed, I don't know, dying. So that's kind of why I haven't posted in a while. But I got some more videos planned, like characters that genuinely piss me off, Haters Hall of Fame, and a few others. So stay tuned for those. But we're done here, so see you guys.